Our nation is divided politically in ways that we haven't seen in generations, if ever.
People feel not represented because they aren't represented.
There was this feeling, and that feeling has been there for a long time, that we needed to change how Portland city government operated.
Portlanders will vote for a new city council with ranked choice voting.
Ranked choice voting is really intended to make sure that every vote counts.
It's called The Choice, a new documentary on ranked choice voting in Portland that Eye on Northwest Politics participated in. It debuts June 24th at Cinema 21 in Portland. More on that in a moment. But today we take a look back at Portland's first experience with ranked choice voting. And joining me from Los Angeles, one of the producers of The Choice, Lisa Erspamer, and joining us from Indianapolis, director Sam Mirpoorian. Thanks for joining Eye on Northwest Politics.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Start off with you, Lisa. Why did you decide to do a documentary on ranked choice voting?
I was introduced to Shell Caffin by a colleague of ours, actually, Ali Fagino. And Shell is a philanthropist. He's very, very involved in election reform. And this was a category that was of real interest and passion for him. And we were talking about how we could bring it to life for the masses. There had been other documentary films done on ranked choice voting, but you know, it's harder to sort of get those out in the world. And we thought we could do that. Storytelling is a great way to amplify any kind of message. And so we decided to take it on. And we're really happy we did. It was a really great experience.
Sam, why Portland? Why'd you choose Portland for this documentary?
Yeah, I think whenever you get into, storytelling and trying to figure out, where to tell it, I think you always have to cast a pretty wide net. So I think part of the development process, we casted a pretty wide net on a lot of different cities and states, Maine, Alaska, Massachusetts, Oregon. So there was a lot of mobilization happening between all these locations. I think the most important thing we really had to keep an eye on was figuring out what was tangible with our timeline and how we could align it with an upcoming race, which in particular was between that period of August to November where the election happened. So serendipitously, Portland just worked out really well. I mean, it was just so perfectly timed. It had been untouched as far as other media and other outlets go. And so the more we dug deep, the more we learned about the characters and the candidates, we were like, this is definitely the most interesting thing, and we could definitely tell a story here.
More than 100 candidates ran for Portland City Council and mayor in the November election, and you primarily followed two candidates, activist Candace Avalos, who won a seat in District 1 here in Portland, and Portland police officer Eli Arnold, who just missed out on a seat in District 4. He finished fourth in his race. Why'd you pick those candidates to focus on?
Yeah, I think the wonderful juxtaposition between Eli and Candace also invites such a stark and unique contrast, knowing that they come from such polar opposites of views, but they, inevitably we're going to have to come together and work together in the same place for the betterment of the city of Portland. And I think that's very emblematic of how we operate as a society, as a country, as a world, when you look at oppositional viewpoints, when these parties make decisions, you might not agree on both ends, but you do have to come to an agreement. And I think they were like a perfect representation of that. And I think perfect world scenario, Eli would have won and Candace would have won, and that would have been amazing. But it shows the realism that Eli did come close. He was within striking distance, knowing that he did get that fourth spot out of 30 to get that third seat. But I think they just lended to a really nice contrast between the two, knowing what their beliefs are.
Lisa, I want to have you react to this. Here's what prominent political writer David Daley, who's in your documentary, said about Portland and ranked choice voting. Take a listen to this.
They are adopting a proportional ranked choice voting system because they are looking to fill multi-member districts. This is the very best way to ensure that everybody in a community has a voice and a vote that truly matters.
Now, from your observation, did we hit the mark to make every vote count?
It really appeared that way to us. And when we were actually trying to decide between, where we were going to film this documentary, that was one of the reasons why Portland was interesting to us as well, because they were using proportional representation. And we wanted to see the impact of that. And everybody we spoke to felt like that was really achieved. And Candace talks about how last time she ran, she didn't do very well. And this time she won. And I think that ranked choice voting was really why it gave her that opportunity. And representing people from every district makes obviously a huge difference in the city of Portland.
Yeah, it has made a huge difference already. We'll talk a little bit about that. Alaska and Maine also use ranked choice voting, as well as 53 cities and counties. What can other jurisdictions considering ranked choice voting or using ranked choice voting learn from our experience here in Portland?
Well, I think it really shows that it gives more people a voice. I mean, we called the film The Choice because I think that's what we all want when it comes to politics. So we want our voices to be heard, and we want to have our choices reflected in how we're represented. And I think that ranked choice voting clearly, provides that for people. So it was really nice to be able to be infused in it in your community as it was happening. And I think it's a good example. It gives people the option: inclusivity, representation, choice. That's how we kind of see it.
Yeah, we've only got a couple minutes here, but the new council is struggling with the budget right now. They're even considering hiring a consultant to help them work better together. Sam, when you were doing this, did you anticipate these kinds of challenges while filming the documentary?
I mean, I think you always really want to anticipate and hope that there's some kind of drama or conflict. Obviously, when you make a film in this context, we really want it to be as educational as possible. But bottom line is it has to be entertaining too. Like, you have to be able to let the viewer really enjoy the ride, and it has to be entertaining, educational. So it has to really have all of those elements for it to work, I think, in my opinion. So, we tried to really let the conflicts unfold naturally while we did shoot for the period of time, but definitely not surprised to hear that, there were challenges because it is a brand new concept. It's in its inception and it's an infancy phase for the city. And I think it's really remarkable in itself that, Portland is championing it, and knowing that other cities and states across the United States can just look to them as a model. But the drama and the interpersonal relationships and stuff, definitely not surprised, and excited to see them work through it, though, for sure.
Yeah, Lisa, same question, 30 seconds we've got here.
Yeah, I just think any change is hard. And so I imagine that there's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride, but I encourage people to stick with them, and, they'll get there. They'll get there.
Thank you, producer Lisa Erspamer and director Sam Mirpoorian, for joining Eye on Northwest Politics. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
The Choice will be screened at Cinema 21 in Northwest Portland on June 24th. You can go to cinema21.com or coin.com for tickets and info. The Choice is also live online right now at fairvote.org.